So the 2021-22 season was just finished about 2 weeks ago. So we have the new champions, the Golden State Warriors. They came out on top against the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics were a really underrated team this year with for example, a new coach since Brad Stevens got moved up to GM. Emil Udoka, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He is a really good coach. If you could see how much he affected the game defensively for the Celtics, oh my gosh. We all know like Marcus Smart was a good defender, but since Emil Udoka came here, the Celtics defense took off. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown's playing better defense. Even though he's always been a good defender, he's playing amazing defense now. We're talking about Jason Tatum. He leveled his game up by miles. I'm talking about broken play make. He can score, and if he needs to get a stop, he'll get you a stop. We also got Al Horford. He knows really well how to coach Al Horford and his position. For example, he knows how to put him in his best spots, how to make sure they can win with him. Also, talking about Marcus Smart, a lot of people are questioning if Marcus Smart really deserves his if he really deserves his Defensive Player of the Year. Well, Marcus Smart was the best defender in the NBA this season by far. I'm not talking about playoffs, of course. He got cooked by Curry. I'm talking about bro was getting twin behind the back, step back. Ooh, that boy Curry was cooking that boy. But in the regular season, that boy was most definitely the best defender in the best defensive team in the NBA. So in my opinion, Marcus Smart most definitely deserves Defensive Player of the Year. We also have new trades from the Celtics. They got a new point guard, Michael Brogdon. He's a great playmaker. He can score. He can play defense. Boy, that team's gonna be scary next year. One thing about the Boston Celtics too is that they should play better next year, especially at the beginning of the season, where they struggled the most this season, like I already said. Yeah. But now let's move on to the Lakers. The Lakers, they made a couple moves this offseason by signing Damian Jones, JTA. And right now they're in trade rumors with Kyrie Irving for Russell Westbrook. Which, I mean, Kyrie Irving coming back to the Lakers for Russell Westbrook would be a fair trade in my opinion for both teams, depending on what the Nets want to do though. If they're trading KD, I feel like this is a fair trade, so they could probably move on from Russ, probably in a 3-team trade, probably trading for like a pick or something, or if they want to just cut him, if they want to cut his salary down, probably something. But Kyrie Irving with LeBron James and Anthony Davis would be insane. Bro, I'm talking about Kyrie Irving, a top scorer in the NBA. He can get you buckets from anywhere down the field, anyhow. Bro can take it in the paint, bro can shoot the 3, bro can shoot the mid-range. The only thing, defensively, okay, but he ain't that bad defensively. That's the thing, where a lot of people are like, oh, Kyrie Irving's just a great scorer. Kyrie Irving this, Kyrie Irving. No, bro. Kyrie Irving is a great scorer. And he is also a great defender. Well, not great, but he's a decent defender, which, Lakers need. And they also got younger, so I feel good about that. But now my opinion is, okay, so if y'all don't know, I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. And do I want Russ to get traded? In a way, because I feel like he still has great talent coming ahead of him. Like, he can still ball. That's the thing. We saw it 2 years ago, 1 year ago in Washington. Bro was putting up 30, 15, 15, 20, 15, 15, 25, 26. Crazy numbers. Which helping the team make the playoffs, right? So I feel like if you're gonna trade that away, you're in a way. I don't know, cause the thing with the team is that they don't fit. I was talking with this about my friends a couple of days ago. we're talking about how Russell Westbrook. Well, they were blaming the season on Russell Westbrook, and I was telling them that if you cut a player's shots in half, of course they're not going to be the same because their rhythm is off. They don't, especially in a new role, like a new team, it's going to be completely different. Offense is different, everything. And with the head coach who really doesn't put you in a position to succeed, because we heard from many Lakers players. They were like, Russell Westbrook always had to have a new role every game, all this, all that, and with that, he's still an NBA player. So like, I would respect it for us. Like he understood more. Like, alright, this game, I'm gonna just go out there, play make, like probably cut around more, get in the paint, get a few easy layups, you know. Also, Frank Vogel is like, I don't want to discredit anybody because Frank Vogel was a good defensive coach for the Lakers the first 2 seasons. But man, the oh my gosh, the roster Rob Pelinka made for them was disgusting. I'm talking about they had old people, man. And I don't like to discredit I don't like to discredit players because, you know, they're doing what we wish we were doing, you know what I mean? But yeah, Carmelo Anthony, like he always has been a decent defender, but this season he played no defense. They also had DeAndre Jordan for most of the season. I'm talking about DeAndre Jordan was getting cooked. Like, if you can get DeAndre Jordan in the pick and roll, you're scoring a bucket. That's all I'm saying. Which one of my friends made, he made a little joke. He was like, how the hell DeAndre Jordan keeps getting away with this since he is signing a new contract? Which I really found that hilarious. Because, yeah, that boy, not to be disrespectful or anything, but he should have retired, bro. Like, I don't think he can help an NBA team out no more. Yeah, but I don't want Russell Westbrook to get traded. But in a way I do, so he can kind of go back to that Wizards front, like Russell Westbrook, that attitude he always had, like, fuck you, I'm better than you, you know what I mean? His confidence, whenever he does that, it's always been the most, like, he has always succeed the most. We also had a couple moves from the Philadelphia 76ers, bro. I'm talking about Philadelphia 76ers are rebuilding and re-upping, boy. They getting players like PJ, Daniel House. Whoo, we already know about PJ. That boy PJ Tucker, he plays defense and he gonna kill you in that corner, boy. You leave him open in that corner, boy, oh boy, he's stroking that thing. We also had Daniel House, which if you remember the bubble season, Mike D'Antoni for the Rockets, he was like, Daniel House is gonna be a great player, and we all know what happened. We all know what happened when he sneaked in the girl in the bubble. So that's kind of what made him get cut. But he's a great player. I'm talking about he can score of the three. He can kind of dribble. That boy, and he can play a little bit of defense. Plus, James Harden took a cut before that to happen. Oh boy, the Philadelphia 76ers are definitely a team that's gonna contend next year, boy. We also have the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are always gonna be good because they know how to draft, but they lost key players. I'm talking about players who came off the bench and gave you great defense. They produced for you off the bench. For example, they had Gary Payton the second. That boy could play defense, boy. I'm talking about Chip will pick you up 94 feet and won't let you go nowhere. We also have Otto Porter. Otto Porter was also a great defender. I mean, at least the guy came on Looney back, but you already know he's a great rebounder, boy. That boy gonna hustle his heart out. We also have the Sacramento Kings. They kind of lost Dante DiVincenzo to the Golden State Warriors, which that is going to be a great addition for the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. Also, I've been seeing around a lot of people talk about how how can you make Russell Westbrook succeed? Like, how would you, for example, in his prime, how and what lineup would you put for Russell Westbrook? You know, this is like a fun thing I have always thought about, and also when I comment on this, people will also agree with me. I feel like Russell Westbrook would fit in a team amazingly if it was Russell Westbrook at the 2, right? I mean, Russell Westbrook at the 1, Clay at the 2, because you already know, Clay Thompson, he's got catch and shoot, boy. That thing gonna go in, right? At small forward, I will have a player like, I don't know if I want to go superstars or if I just want to go players who's gonna be available. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, we're gonna have Russ at the 1, Clay at the 2, Miles Turner at the 5. Then I will have Sabonis at the 4, and then just give me a 3-and-D small forward, any small forward, and that team's winning a championship. Because hear me out, if you give Russell Westbrook shooters around the corner, like boom, so you have Clay at the wing, you have Turner at the corner, Sabonis at the other wing, Russ can just dribble, boom, kick out, buckets, right? Or Russ can finish. But if you give him a center who can dribble like Sabonis can, oh my lord, Sabonis can come out. He can kind of play with the ball. Russ cuts. Russ scores every time. This would be a great team for Russell Westbrook, in my opinion. In his prime, Russell Westbrook would take this team far, far, far. All right, now let's move on from the Lakers and the league. Most likely, let's talk about what Miles Bridges did. Man, Miles Bridges ruined his career. Bro, like, I understand, like, you're an NBA player, you got money, you feel the power is with you, but come on, bro, you can't keep posting like you drinking lean, smoking, which is a problem with the whole Charlotte Hornets, but beating up your wife in front of your kids is something different, man. Like, I understand you go on your songs, you post all these lyrics, you're like, RTB, 27 days, 27 nights, all that. But, dude, you can't do that, bro. In my opinion, the NBA shouldn't let him play no more for any team. Like, especially because he's traumatizing his kids, bro. We've seen a lot of players, well, not a lot of players, but we've seen a lot of instances for, like, when something like that happens, players usually get banned. I mean, not get banned, but they should get suspensions. But in my opinion, with everything Miles Bridges has been posting on his social media and everything like that, I feel like he should just get banned from the NBA. Which they banned players before for weed. Which, in my opinion, weed, if you really gonna ban somebody for weed, for the consumption of weed, you shouldn't ban somebody for. You should most definitely ban somebody for beating up their wife or beating up their partner if you see it like that. Also, man, MJ gotta do something with that team, because we got LaMelo posting up smoking blunts, which, like I said, weed ain't like, I don't think you should get suspended for weed, all that, but you shouldn't be posting on social media. It's my thing, where like anybody else can see it. Yeah. Now, this ranking, like, you know, a lot of people do this, and it's always fun to do this and have your opinion out there. How we do our top 10? You already know what I'm saying. My top 10 NBA players of all time, especially since this discussion happened. If Curry was top 10, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay, my 1 and 2, I got LeBron James and Michael Jordan, which are replaceable for me. But in my opinion, I'm gonna put LeBron over oh my lord, over Michael Jordan. Okay, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 3, right? I mean, Kareem Abdul. Oh my lord! All right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 3. At the 4, we're going to get Magic Johnson. Number 5, Shaquille O'Neal. Number 6, Kobe Bean, Goat Bryant. Number 7, I would like to put Tim Duncan. Number 7, right? Tim Duncan. Which, if you want to argue Tim Duncan, why he's so up so high, just go ask players like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, who that dude was. Oh man, I fucked up. Rest in peace, Cole. But you know what I meant. Bro, Tim Duncan, he took rings away from them. Like, he took rings away from them. Even though he's always had a good team, don't get me wrong. The Spurs has always been a great coach team and also been a great, amazing team, which the chemistry and everything helped out. But man, Timmy's definitely 7. Number 8, Stephen Curry. Y'all gonna be like, whoa, that's way too high. No, it's not. No, it's not. Bro, there's not 8 players better than Stephen Curry all time. You can't do this, bro. Because hear me out. Hear me out, right? You have the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, right? He has the most 3-point makes all time. He has 4 championships. He has a Finals MVP. He has the first and only unanimous MVP, right? Bro. And he also has another MVP. It's crazy. This guy has had one of the best careers of all time. And if you want to argue about this, come ahead and argue with me about this, right? I have him at 8. Number 9 would be... Ooh, this is where it gets hard. Number 9. I would put Wilt Chamberlain at number 9. Do I even have to say why? That boy was a different beast, right? That boy was scoring hundreds. That boy dead ass scoring 100 points. And nobody ever is gonna break that record, in my opinion. Yeah, that's just impossible to break. The number 10 position is where it gets hard, right? Because we got players like Hakeem, Bill Russell, Larry Bird. But in my opinion, bro, nobody in that position has to go ahead of the only and the player that was going head to head with Magic Johnson. I'm talking about Larry Bird, 8'3", who can play defense and let that ball shoot, boy. That boy could shoot from anywhere. He ain't have like Damian Lillard range, Stephen Curry range. But if you leave him open at the 3, you know that thing going in. He was also a killer, boy. I'm talking about he can play. He can play whatever you want him to play. He could have played the 5 if you wanted him to. If you needed him to, he could play the fucking 5. Yeah, I mean that's my top 5. If y'all have any, matter of fact, let me know y'all top 10 in the comments. I would like to hear that. So no, we're reaching the 20-minute mark. You know, I want to go back to the LeBron James versus Michael Jordan argument. Even though I know I was just talking about who's my top 10, who I believe is the GOAT. I have a feeling that the NBA GOAT discussion shouldn't be, oh, he did this in his decade, he did this in his decade. Like we should go more of like, who was the best player in that decade? Okay, he's the GOAT, for example, for the 90s, MJ, most definitely, right? If you go O's from like the 2000s, bro, come on now. We all know it was that boy Shaq. Some people might even put Kobe for the O's, but I think Shaq was the best player to like the O's. But if you go to 2010s, boy, nobody dominated the 2010s like LeBron James did. And he's still dominating the league now, averaging 30 plus points, right? Also, the 2020s is gonna be a hard discussion to come up with, bro. I'm talking about. You got Luka, you got Jason Tatum, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got multiple players, which could be the best player in the league. Which I feel like the MVP discussion is not gonna be like right now, where it's like Giannis won it 2 times, then Jokic wins it 2 times. Oh, my fault, Jokic. I'm disrespecting you, brother. Jokic is up there too for the best player in the 2020 so far, right? So I feel like it's gonna be like Luka's gonna win it 1 year, then Giannis gonna win this one. Joel Embiid's gonna win one for sure. Jokic gonna win another one. It's gonna go like that, in my opinion, which is always good to have competition in the NBA. Because, for example, this year, yes, the Golden State Warriors were by far the best team in the league. They still have many holes in there. Like, for example, if you had a big man like Embiid, and you had like the team Embiid had against the Warriors, if they just had a second star, they would have most definitely beat them, right? Because the 5 was the worst position. Even though you have a menace, I'm talking about a menace, and Draymond Green at the 5. Well, he plays the 4, but you already know when they go to a PTSD lineup, they go to Dre at the 5. But come on now, Draymond Green guarding Joel Embiid, barbecue chicken. No disrespect to Draymond Green, he's a player I love to watch. By the way, I like how he like handles the ball court, playing the 4. He can also play the 1 by far. He can lock down anybody he wants, except for the bigs who are like 270, 280. We ain't gonna talk about that though. Yeah, which I just feel like if the Warriors can get James Wiseman to his full-on potential, bro, it's over. Like I'm saying, even though the league is competitive, the next 5 years, if James Wiseman comes up to be the player we all expect him to be, it's by far the Golden State Warriors are winning it 5 times. Like I'm not even playing. I ain't even a Golden State Warriors fan. I'm a Thunder fan, but I just know how to respect teams, bro. Which a lot of players have to do. A lot of players have to respect. Also, I wanted to talk a lot about the new media versus the old media thing going out. Man, Skip Bayless, he has lost so much respect from me over the last like 2-3 years. I used to enjoy watching him, don't get me wrong, but once he started talking about like disrespecting players like Dame, Russ, all that, I found that so disrespectful. Also, I don't like how people just let Shannon Sharp like slide with that. Shannon Sharp being like, if a player tells you, yo, bro, like I don't like you doing that to my last name, please respect it, and they keep doing that, and once the player gets mad, you're like, oh, he's soft, he shouldn't be playing bad anyways. I just feel like if you talk what you talk, Shannon Sharp, but you're like, oh, I'm this man, I'm not, I don't care what nobody says, I'm always gonna be honest to people. Yeah, bro, that's not really manly of you, bro. Like, Shannon Sharp, don't get me wrong, you a legend, bro. You a legend. But you a bitch, bro. You a bitch. If somebody tells you, yo, bro, stop doing that, bro, you will stop. Actually, matter of fact, my fault, Shannon. I shouldn't be calling you a bitch because I want to keep this all away from like cursing in my channel. But that's not really like, dude, I'm this man and I'm always gonna keep it 100. No, it's not, bro. Disrespecting a family's name and disrespecting a player's name is not the same as being criticism like this, criticism to the player's play. Boom. If you go, Russell Westbrook, he's playing really bad. His ball is not going through this. He has to do this, and this better. I will get that, and that's where the new media is coming from. And they're like, yo, bro, if you're gonna criticize us, please criticize us respectfully, right? For example, like I was saying, Russ, but Skip Bayless. It's no longer about basketball. Skip Bayless doesn't think that's about basketball no more. But bro's most definitely taking this personal. I'm talking about he's not even on the show no more. I'm talking about he's offline. Talking about Russell Westbrook. He just got paid. First of all, his last name's Russell Westbrook. So I want all y'all to get that right. Because you being disrespectful toward a player's last name, to his wife, that's being disrespectful to his wife, to his kids, to his grandfathers, to his parents, his whole family, his whole generations. Y'all be like, bro, it's not that serious. Yes, it is, bro. Especially if he already told you, oh, I feel disrespected. You know what I mean? Which is something I want to like make sure. Hopefully, someday, like somehow, this reaches people like in the old media, and they learn that what the new media is saying is not, yo, bro, don't talk bad about us. We don't like that. What they're saying is, if you're gonna speak on a problem that we probably have like in the game, please do it so respectfully, so we can no longer have this problem where you disrespecting me and calling me out my name, right? Now we have, for example, another name, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard was the best player in that bubble. I'm talking about, bro, was going off, except for like LeBron James, of course. But I'm talking about, if you give that guy the ball, he's gonna get you a bucket, bro. But with Damian Lillard was different. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if y'all remember. You remember the situation where Damian Lillard first, like when he missed his 2 free throws, and like Patrick Beverly and Paul George were like clamping their wrists, like, oh, Dame time, clowning him, right? Now you see, I found that hilarious. I was like, yeah, that's funny, because like, you know, it's a basketball game. They both got beat. Well, they didn't have beef. Well, they had beef. They went back and forth, but you know. But then I ain't like that out of nowhere, Skip Bayless come here and disrespects Damian Lillard like he wasn't the best player, like the best point guard in that bubble. Like I've been saying, bro, Russell Westbrook is my favorite player, but oh my fucking god, Damian Lillard was giving that boy. If like, bro, I'm telling you, if the Rockets would have had Dame, they would have beat the. I don't want to say that because the Lakers are a good team, but bro. If the Rockets would have had Damian Lillard, boy, I don't know, bro. I think they might win the chip. Like, they had the Rockets, bro. They would have had James Harden and Damian Lillard, 2 players who were playing unstoppable in the bubble. I'm talking about they were giving everybody buckets, boy. Who? Right? Yeah, but I just feel like what the new media or what the players who are not reporting are saying is, please respect us. We're more than players. We're human beings at the end of the day, right? Where they're like, yeah, please criticize if you want to criticize and analyze, which a lot of people don't do no more in the old media, where they analyze the game, where they're like, he did this wrong, this is how he can improve it. No, they have only went to a player where like they always disrespecting them. Never giving good criticism where like player could actually improve on that. They always keep saying the thing with her for years, right? For multiple players. And also another thing I like around the old media versus new media they had was the Ben Simmons thing, right? Well, like, you can tell Ben Simmons actually has something going on mentally. And it's something I was like, yo, bro, hopefully he gets better, you know? Because he's a good player to watch. He's actually a super enjoyable player to watch if you actually watch him. And if you like defense, bro, that boy will play defense with his heart. I'm talking about that boy could play defense with his heart. He can pick up with any point guard. He can guard KD. I'm talking about any play. KD. He can guard Stephen Curry. He can guard LeBron James. He can't stop them. Right? He can't fully stop them because nobody can. They're the best players in our generation, boy. I'm talking about they're the best players in our generation. Even though, hey, Russ is 2 now. When Russ dropped them, that was a good day to see. But I don't like that people criticize him of that one playoff series where, like, you could tell something was going on mentally with him. And then you go to the media. And like the media starts speaking off like, oh, he's not really mentally. There's nothing mentally going on. He's just going on. For example, they're saying, oh, he's just trying to get traded. There's nothing mentally going on, bro. it was so noticeable. I'm talking about so noticeable that he had something mentally going on, bro. I'm talking about even he didn't want to touch a like NBA like ball, bro. It was so I don't know how to explain it. It was just so confused. He was just so tired of the hate he was getting, while there was still a whole pandemic going on, bro. We gotta understand this, bro. Players go through the same shit we go through. Okay. Now let me tell y'all this, right? How do you feel when COVID started, right? How do you feel when COVID started, right? And you had to stay in your house 24/7. I'm talking about you couldn't go out because COVID was that serious, right? Which I don't know what you believe in if you're watching this, and it's not really important. I'm just saying you gotta look at it from different people's perspective, like perception, right? Right? I'm pretty sure every NBA player, they had to like be serious about this because that's their job, right? That's their job. That's how they feed their families, right? So we got Ben Simmons, a player who, yes, he ain't performed to the level we would want him to, but we knew what he always was bad at, or what he wasn't great at. For example, shooting. We know that's not his forte, right? Shooting is not his forte at all. But Ben Simmons could like affect the game so much with his defense and playmaking that it was just a great player to watch. Cause hear me out. All Chris Paul, that he wasn't a great 3-point shooter. Like he could hit the shots. He was way better 3-point shooter than Ben Simmons is, right? But people would watch him because he was so smooth passing the ball. I'm talking about the Showtime, like the Clippers, bro. I forgot what it was called. The Clippers. You remember when the Clippers had Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and Chris Paul? That was so amazing to watch. That was dead ass incredible to watch, man. Because he could just pass the ball, play defense. He didn't have to be the main scorer, but he was still the leader of that team. Another thing about the Kyrie Irving situation, same thing. Where I felt like the old media was being disrespectful to a player, going on beyond basketball, right? So we got Kyrie Irving, right? Which you can be like, oh, he says this takes this and that. That's what he believes. Let him believe what he wants to believe, bro. At the end of the day, it's not your life, it's his life. And that's something we as fans have to understand. Yo, bro, mind your fucking business. It's their beliefs, right? It's their beliefs. It's what they want to. If it's what they want to listen to, it's what they want to learn. If, for example, if Kyrie Irving says, "No, I'm not taking the vaccine," don't say he's a bad team player. It's his belief. Now, Stephen A. Smith, let me tell you this, right? If you ain't believe in something, right, and you ain't want it, like I'm talking about, you think, no, that could kill me, right? And you wouldn't take it, bro. Even if your team needed you, bro, you're not taking that, bro. You're not him, right? You're not him, Stephen A. It's something like I wish you would understand, bro. This in any media guy, I would like them to understand this. Disrespecting a player for their beliefs is not being a good. He's not being a good person on TV. Yes, you're getting the ratings. Yes, your viewership is exploding. But bro, nobody respects you, bro. I'm talking about nobody respects you. Nobody. Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, nobody respects you. And out of everybody I said, Shannon Sharp is probably the best one. If I'm being honest, Shannon Sharp is the best one, bro. Even though he still hates on Russ, that's like I'm saying he's becoming personal with it, which he usually doesn't allow himself to do that. I feel like he's the best at that, right? Which I feel is more like because he's playing with LeBron and he I know thick rise LeBron, but we don't know this. Okay. Also, Nick Wright is probably the best media guy out now, which is still pretty bad. Cause I love the grind, but like these takes are terrible. I'm talking about he was on Andrew Wiggins' meat, boy. He was like, Andrew Wiggins this, Andrew Wiggins is a bust. Nobody wants Andrew Wiggins. He won the championship this year. He knew how to take everything back. He was like, yo, bro, I was wrong. He took responsibility for everything, right? So I feel like that's what a lot of more executive, well, not executive, but a lot of media guys should do. And just that would make the game and like the commentary, everything so much smoother. Where like players would actually like to join your fucking show, Skip Bayless. Yeah, but I like what this like the NBA is going forward now. Where like even to the fans they're like, yo, bro, be respectful. We're not gonna take that. But like I said, the new media versus the old media is just a case for like the players are saying, please respect us as human beings, and the old media is just taking everything too personal. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, today. And I would really like to thank y'all for watching this. Please follow and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great night.